I'm a fine person. You ready to get first? Matter of fact, just tell everybody, tell us for you to actually have the job. We're going to pay these cameras of life. So buy me some drinks. And then when somebody else comes in, you get it. So they went in the way and then it's all right. It's all good. Yeah.
Does this thing generate any heat? Still got some of those. It's going to be hard to get lamps.
Man, when I left, so I took my Lucas Steve, Richard, and Vinny. He's got some competition. Two minutes. I'm gonna go low. Like something up here.
I think you're awesome.
That would have been a great surprise.
And you too, Monica.
Did you? Yeah. I think you only got that's pretty shocking. Yeah. So you just not carry cameras?
You're good.
Oh, you're not even going to school?
I'll let you get on the training.
Gotta get up now. Way better.
Door hits you this time.
Charlie's here.
Charlie's here.
No, it's there.
Good afternoon, everyone. And first of all, I want to say that my heart goes out to all those who are impacted by the storms here in Winnipeg. I want to thank all the emergency responders who are working so hard to clean up after the storm and get people back into their homes. I made a personal donation to the Red Cross's relief efforts, and I would encourage others to contribute what they can as well. Throughout the course of this election, our Conservative team has laid out a clear plan to put more money in your pockets so that you and your family can get ahead. A plan to scrap the carbon tax and lower the cost of gas, groceries, and home heating. To introduce the universal tax cut to save a couple making average salaries $850 per year. To take the GST off home heating costs. To make maternity benefits tax-free. To increase the age credit for our seniors. To boost the RESP so you can get more for your kids' education. And to introduce new tax credits for children's sports, arts and learning programs, public transit, and green home renovations. Our plan will put thousands of dollars back into people's pockets. Right now, our plan is still only a plan until we put it into action. And there's no time to lose. Canadians are falling further and further behind, and they can't wait any longer for relief. And that's why today I'm pleased to announce that as part of our 100-day action plan, a new Conservative government will convene Parliament as soon as possible to table the Get Ahead Fiscal update. I will direct my new Finance Minister to table this update within 45 days of forming government. C'est pourquoi je suis content d'annoncer aujourd'hui que dans le cadre de notre plan d'action de 100 premiers jours, un nouveau gouvernement conservateur va convoquer le Parlement et présenter la mise à jour économique plus pour vous dès maintenant. Je vais ordonner à mon nouveau ministre des Finances de présenter cette mise à jour dans les 45 premiers jours du gouvernement. The Get Ahead Fiscal Update will implement 4 key money-saving measures in our platform. The Green Home Renovation Tax Credit, putting up to $3,800 back in the pockets of families who make green home improvements. The Children's Fitness Tax Credit, allowing parents to claim up to $1,000 for sports activities. The Children's Art and Learning Tax Credit, letting parents claim up to $500 for arts and learning programs. And the Green Public Transit Tax Credit, saving a family of 4 who take transit up to $1,000. By convening Parliament quickly and doing this right away, we will make sure Canadians can benefit from these measures starting January 1st, 2020. We will also use the Get Ahead Fiscal Update to finally open the books on Trudeau's budget mess and shine a light on his historic fiscal mismanagement and incompetence. Canadians deserve accountability, and under a new Conservative government, that's exactly what they will get. Nous allons aussi utiliser la mise à jour économique, plus pour vous, dès maintenant, pour enfin faire la lumière sur les gâchis budgétaires de Trudeau, sa mauvaise gestion et son incompétence jamais vue en matière de finances. Les Canadiens et les Canadiennes méritent plus d'imputabilité. Et sous un nouveau gouvernement conservateur, c'est exactement ce qu'ils vont avoir. 4 years ago, Justin Trudeau said a lot of nice words and made a lot of big promises to get elected. He promised he would provide relief for the middle class, only to increase taxes on 80% of middle-class families. He promised the budget would balance itself by this year, only to pile on billions in new debt with no end in sight. He promised he would run an open and transparent government, only to cook up a backroom deal with SNC-Lavalin and lobbyists, meddle with the criminal prosecution, and then abuse his powers to cover up his corruption. After 4 years of this kind of behavior, Canadians are right to demand some serious accountability. Canadians need a government that will help them get ahead, and they need it right now. Over the past 4 years, Canadians have found themselves working harder than ever and just not getting ahead. Their taxes are higher, their bills are bigger, their cost of living is on the rise. And Justin Trudeau wants to make life even more expensive still. He wants you to pay more to fill up your car, to heat your home, and to put food on the table. He wants to keep sending your hard-earned tax dollars to relatively well-off countries that don't need it and corrupt regimes that don't deserve it. He wants to keep sending corporate welfare checks to billion-dollar corporations. He thinks your money belongs to them. And now he's even leaving the door open to a coalition government with the NDP in a desperate attempt to cling to power. A coalition that will lead to even higher taxes, less jobs, more deficits, and bigger household bills. It's the coalition Canadians can't afford. Justin Trudeau will pay any price to stay in power, and he will use your money to pay for it. So my message to Canadians is this: only a Conservative majority government can prevent a government with Justin Trudeau as the spokesman, but the NDP calling the shots. The choice is clear. It's between a Trudeau-NDP coalition that will drive up taxes, drive out jobs, and cost you thousands of dollars more every year, and a new Conservative majority government that will lower your taxes and put more money in your pockets. It's between a Trudeau-NDP coalition that will chase away investment and put thousands of Canadians out of work, and a new Conservative majority government that will live within its means so we can make life more affordable for you. It's between a Trudeau-NDP coalition that will send the carbon tax through the roof, and a new Conservative majority government that has a plan to help you get ahead right out of the gates. Le choix est donc clair. C'est entre une coalition de Justin Trudeau et l'NPD qui va augmenter les impôts, éliminer des emplois et vous coûter des milliards de dollars chaque année, et un nouveau gouvernement conservateur majoritaire qui va baisser les impôts et mettre plus d'argent dans vos poches. C'est entre une coalition de Justin Trudeau et l'NPD qui va faire fuir les investissements et causer des pertes d'emplois massives, et un gouvernement conservateur majoritaire qui va vivre selon ses moyens et rendre la vie plus abordable. Et c'est entre une coalition de Justin Trudeau et l'NPD qui va augmenter massivement la taxe sur le carbone, et un gouvernement conservateur majoritaire qui a un plan pour vous aider à améliorer votre quotidien dès maintenant. Our Get Ahead Fiscal update will put more money back in your pockets by January 1st and deliver the transparency you expect from your government. There's no time to lose. It's all part of my 100-day action plan and a key part of our top commitment to put more money back in your pocket so you can finally get ahead. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Happy to take your questions.
Good afternoon, Christy Kirkup with the Globe and Mail. I hear that you like mentioning the word coalition. Wondering if there's any scenario under which you would form a coalition, and if not, why is coalition such a dirty word?
So to answer the first question, no. And I believe Canadians now have a crystal clear choice between a Trudeau-NDP coalition that will raise taxes, run endless deficits, and make life more expensive, and a Conservative government, majority government, that will live within its means, lower taxes, put more money back in your pockets.
And in a minority government situation, what would the first 100 days actually look like, and who would you be looking to work with?
Well, as I said, right now it's very clear that Justin Trudeau will pay any price to stay in power, and he will use your money to pay for it. We are asking Canadians for a mandate to implement our agenda, and we are outlining over the next few days exactly what our first 100 days will look like, and that is what we are committed to following through. Alors, c'est clair que Justin Trudeau va faire n'importe quoi pour rester en pouvoir, et c'est vous qui allez le payer. Nous avons un plan pour les premiers 100 jours. Nous sommes en train de proposer ce plan pour les Canadiens et Canadiennes, et on va suivre notre agenda.
Mais c'est quoi le problème avec une coalition? Les gens aiment ça, finalement, des politiques qui ne se chicanent pas et qui s'entendent pour gouverner. Est-ce qu'il y a un problème avec le fait qu'il y ait une coalition au pays?
Le problème est qu'une coalition entre Justin Trudeau et l'NPD va coûter les Canadiens plus cher, va augmenter les impôts, va tuer les emplois et rendre la vie plus chère. Alors ça, c'est le choix maintenant. C'est un choix très, très, très distinct pour les Canadiens. Un gouvernement conservateur majoritaire qui va éliminer les déficits, baisser les impôts et rendre la vie plus abordable, ou une coalition entre l'NPD et Justin Trudeau qui va augmenter les impôts et rendre la vie plus chère pour les Canadiens.
Si on peut mettre la partie d'un autre côté, juste une petite seconde, j'aimerais ça vous entendre sur la philosophie des coalitions. Est-ce que vous êtes totalement contre l'idée des coalitions? Est-ce que c'est ça que je comprends?
Je suis totalement contre une coalition qui va augmenter les impôts, rendre la vie plus chère et tuer les emplois.
Mr. Scheer, Michael Pitcher from Global National. This city and many parts of Manitoba are in a state of emergency. Do you think it's appropriate being here at this time?
Well, obviously our hearts and best wishes go out to first responders and officials who are working to clean up from the storm, and we certainly hope that people are able to return to their home as quickly as possible. Nous envoyons nos meilleurs vœux à tous les premiers répondants qui travaillent très très fort pour régler les problèmes causés par les tempêtes, et nous espérons que les gens peuvent retourner à leur maison si tôt que possible.
That doesn't answer the question, but I'll ask you another one anyways. People who have been evacuated from their homes told us that, quote, you should be dealing with the crisis instead of coming here to campaign. What do you say to those people who say it's tone deaf for you to be here at this time?
Well, you know, as I said, we're sending out, obviously we want to send our best wishes, and our hearts go out to those who are affected by the storm. Certainly wish all those who are dealing with this well, and I've made a personal donation to highlight the fact that the Red Cross is providing much needed relief and support, and we certainly don't want to disrupt anything that they're doing, but do want to support the very important work that they're doing. Alors, nous envoyons nos meilleurs vœux, et j'ai fait un nom pour souligner le bon travail que le Croix-Rouge fait, et c'est essentiel qu'on peut le faire sans disruption.
Hi, Mr. Scheer, it's Annie Bergeron-Oliver with CTV National News. Several families of evacuees were asked to check out of their hotel today because another big group was coming. Was this group that they're talking about your Conservative campaign, and did you give any consideration to delaying today's event, given the fact that there are so many people in Winnipeg trying to find hotels at the moment?
So to answer the first question, no. And obviously, you know, I want to highlight the important work that the Red Cross is doing to help with those families who are affected by the storm, and certainly don't want to disrupt the good work that they are doing, but wanted to highlight the work they're doing by making a donation, certainly encouraging other people to do the same.
Okay. A follow-up on a different subject. A Liberal candidate is posting ads with images of semi-automatic weapons and a claim that you will repeal gun control measures if elected. We want to get your reaction on that ad that's circulating online, and would you repeal gun laws in Canada if you do form government in October?
So it's no surprise that Liberals are spreading misinformation. They've been doing that even before the campaign started. I've been very clear with Canadians. A Conservative government will ensure that our firearms laws go after gang members, criminals, people who traffic in illegal firearms. We will maintain the robust regime around classifications of many firearms are prohibited in Canada. That will continue. But it is, again, it's easy and lazy government to go after law-abiding people. To force law-abiding people to follow more laws is very easy to do. It's harder to go after gang members and firearms traffickers. Liberals aren't prepared to do the hard work. We are. That's why our plan targets gang members and illegal firearms.
Good afternoon, Mr. Scheer, Leader Andrew Scheer with CBC News. Do you think it is legitimate for any Federalist Party to work with the Bloc Québécois to govern in a minority situation?
So let me be very clear on this. What we have in front of Canadians right now is Justin Trudeau showing Canadians that he will pay any price to stay in power. He will form a coalition with the NDP, which means higher taxes, less money in your pockets, runaway endless deficits for years and years and years, or a Conservative government that will live within its means and focus on making life more affordable. That is the choice. It is quite clear that he is so desperate to cling to power that he is now going to form a coalition with the NDP. We are putting forward our platform to Canadians. We're asking for a mandate for a majority government so that we can implement our agenda. Oui. C'est clair que maintenant que Justin Trudeau va faire n'importe quoi pour rester en gouvernement. Ça veut dire une coalition maintenant avec l'NPD, ça veut dire les déficits sans fin, les hausses d'impôts et une vie moins abordable pour les Canadiens. Et le choix est clair maintenant. Et nous demandons les Canadiens pour un mandat majoritaire alors qu'on peut implémenter notre agenda.
So just to be clear, are you saying you would never govern with the support of the Bloc?
We would not govern, we would not enter into any type of negotiations with the Bloc. I don't need to work with the Bloc Québécois to deliver results for Quebec. I can work with Premier Legault to do that. Je ne dois pas travailler avec le Bloc Québécois à Ottawa. Je vais travailler avec M. Legault pour envoyer les résultats pour les Québécois et Québécoises.
Good afternoon, Mr. Scheer, Katie Simpson, CBC News. Can you say how big a donation you made to the Red Cross today? And other than that donation, is there anything that you added to your schedule today to either assist helping settle evacuees or assist with the cleanups? Or is your schedule remaining the same as it was when you planned to come here?
So it was a personal donation, and we don't want to disrupt the work that the Red Cross and other relief agencies are doing. We want to highlight the good work they're doing and support it.
Okay, so if you could answer the dollar amount, that would be helpful. Also, there are thousands of people right now who do not know where they're going to sleep tonight. Why do you think it's appropriate to come to their city at this time while it's in a state of emergency to ask for their votes?
Well, as I said, we're certainly setting our best wishes. Our hearts are going out to those people who are affected by the storm, and we know that the important work to clean up afterwards and get power restored is underway, and we certainly hope that happens as quickly as possible.
From the National Post. Your platform envisions no public sector job losses. Public sector has grown 12% since 2015. Is that not an obvious target for a cost-cutting government?
We've presented a plan to get back to balanced budgets while maintaining increases in investments in healthcare, social programs, and education, but eliminating things like cutting corporate welfare by $1.5 billion and eliminating the practice of sending foreign aid to relatively well-off countries. In addition, we know that we can save taxpayers billions by ending the practice of things like March Madness, which is what we call in Ottawa when departments blow through hundreds of millions of dollars at the end of the fiscal year on chairs and computers and new cell phones, curtailing the practice of high-priced outside consultants coming in to do the work that experienced public servants already are able to do. And we believe that is a responsible plan to get back to balanced budgets that allows us to cut taxes all along the way.
People in Ontario had heard a similar pledge from Premier Doug Ford that there would be no public sector job losses, and it turns out that you can't really make the government smaller without having fewer employees. Is it even a credible promise to say that the public sector won't shrink at all?
Well, as I said, by going after wasteful spending practices like March Madness, like bringing in outside consultants to do the work of highly trained and capable public servants, and also by eliminating waste that goes on in how the government manages its real estate. We have over 30,000 federal spaces across the country, many of which are not fully utilized. So we're being very clear with Canadians exactly where we're going to find the money to allow us to cut their taxes. Cutting corporate welfare by $1.5 billion, eliminating 25% of the foreign aid budget by ensuring that Canadian tax dollars don't go to countries that are relatively well off, and by ending these types of wasteful spending practices, we can preserve and indeed increase the investments that are going directly to Canadians in the form of healthcare, social programs, and education.
Bonjour, Monsieur Scheer, Catherine Lévesque, la presse canadienne. Monsieur Singh devait venir aussi à Winnipeg. Il a décidé de ne pas le faire à cause de l'état d'urgence actuellement. Pourquoi ne pas avoir fait comme lui?
Alors, c'est clair que nous appuyons le bon travail des premiers répondants et on espère qu'ils peuvent faire le travail sitôt que possible.
En fait, puis sur la question de mes collègues, le Bloc québécois et vous prônez les mêmes promesses, vous essayez de devenir amis avec M. Legault, chacun votre tour. Pourquoi ne pas travailler main dans la main avec eux sur certains sujets?
Parce que je n'ai pas besoin de travailler avec le chef du Bloc québécois à Ottawa. Je peux travailler avec M. Legault pour envoyer les résultats. Et ça, c'est la chose que j'ai souligné pendant le débat. C'est M. Blanchette aimait prétendre d'être le meilleur ami de M. Legault, mais c'est clair que son priorité va être travailler avec le Parti québécois et travailler pour une autre référendum. C'est notre priorité de travailler avec M. Legault sur les dossiers qui va nous permettre de rendre la vie plus simple pour les Québécois et Québécoises et rendre la vie plus abordable.
Good afternoon, Mr. Scheer. Stephanie Levitz, the Canadian Press. I want to follow up on my colleague Chris Selly's question about your plan to cut spending. Your predecessor, Stephen Harper, launched a much-vaunted deficit reduction action plan that set $5 billion annually in cuts that he wanted to make. And he too said there would be no cuts to services. And you ask a veteran who saw their Veterans Affairs offices closed across the country because of those cuts, they'll say, there were cuts to services. So why should people trust that your plan is any different than what Mr. Harper did?
We are showing Canadians exactly where we'll find the money to pay for our tax cuts. We are going to go after corporate welfare, foreign aid, and end the wasteful spending within government that does not affect services. Things like March Madness, things like high-priced outside consultants, and by ensuring that our real estate is managed properly. And that is the choice, because on the other side of the equation is an NDP Liberal coalition, which will increase spending drastically, which will raise taxes, which will run massive deficits that mean higher and higher taxes every year just to pay the interest on that debt. That is now the clear choice for Canadians. A responsible plan to get back to balanced budgets over 5 years while we maintain investments in important services and lower taxes. And an NDP Liberal coalition which will raise the carbon tax even higher, embark on billions and billions of dollars of new spending, running massive deficits leading to higher taxes. That is now the choice heading into the last week of this campaign, and I am asking Canadians for a majority mandate so we can get back to balanced budgets and lower their taxes and leave more money in their pockets so that they can get ahead.
What do you think, though, it says about Canadians and Canadians today that the polls are suggesting nobody wants a clear majority and people are, in fact, very divided on their vote and perhaps would like a coalition? Think of the government of Lester B. Pearson and how much was accomplished for Canada under that minority situation.
I do not believe that Canadians want a Trudeau NDP coalition, a government where Justin Trudeau may be the spokesperson, but the NDP are calling the shots, because that will mean massive new taxes. It will mean endless deficits, threatening those important social programs, because more and more of your tax dollar will have to go just to pay the interest on the debt, on the new debt that they would be racking up, making life even more expensive. The choice could not be more clear now. And there is only one poll that I pay attention to, and that is the one on election day. And I believe that given the choice between a conservative government, a conservative majority government that will get back to balanced budgets, leave more money in the pockets of Canadians by cutting taxes, and an NDP Liberal coalition that will run massive deficits, lead to massive new increases in taxes, I am very confident that the Canadians will give us a mandate. C'est un choix très clair maintenant entre un gouvernement de coalition entre l'NPD et les libéraux qui va augmenter les impôts, augmenter les déficits et rendre la vie tellement plus chère pour les Canadiens et Canadiennes, ou un gouvernement conservateur majoritaire qui va baisser les impôts, rendre la vie plus abordable pour les Canadiens. Alors nous demandons aux Canadiens pour le mandat lorsqu'on peut laisser plus d'argent dans leur poche.
Ben Waldman with the Winnipeg Free Press. You wouldn't say how much you donated. When did you make a donation to the Red Cross?
I wanted to make a personal donation to show my support, to highlight the fact, the good work that the Red Cross.
I said when, I just want to make sure you heard that right.
Yeah, I wanted to make a personal donation to highlight the good work that the Red Cross is doing. It's about showing support and highlighting the good work that they're doing. And that should be the focal point of today and in the coming days for those Canadians that are able to help support the Red Cross and the work they're doing.
One of my colleagues asked whether you were planning on making any sort of changes to your schedule to talk to people who are impacted by the power outages. There are people downstairs in the lobby of this very hotel who have been evacuated from their communities, have no idea where they're going. On your way down the escalator, on your way down the elevator, are you going to talk to those people?
I'd be happy to talk to them. Thanks very much. Merci beaucoup.